Welcome to the XRP podcast. I'm your host, Andrew, the XRP Maximalist. If you'd like to join me or contribute to the podcast, you can find me on Twitter at XRP Podcast with 2 Ps. This is where you can connect to me directly with suggestions, ideas, or any form of constructive inquiry. This episode is an introduction to Non Fungible Tokens, also known as NFTs. Before we begin, we must delve into the necessary terminology. Token. A token, when referring to blockchains and cryptocurrency, is an asset that exists upon a blockchain other than that blockchain's native underlying cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency that powers a blockchain is called a coin, while the assets that exist upon that blockchain are tokens. For example, Ethereum or Ether is the coin for the Ethereum blockchain, and USDT or US dollar tether is a token that exists on the Ethereum blockchain. This is similar to how XRP is also a coin, as the XRP cryptocurrency powers the XRPL, and USD tether is also a token that exists on the XRP ledger. Once again, NFT stands for Non Fungible Token. Now, what exactly does fungible mean? For an object to be fungible, it must be able to be replaced by another identical looking item, or by multiple items which add up to an equal value. As in, it must be mutually interchangeable. This refers to items like dollars, which can be easily changed and traded without fear of loss or appreciation. Other fungible items like postage stamps, pens, USB drives, and others provide the same utility by being fungible. Now picture this. I'm a guy who loves money. I make a lot of money and I hold the majority of it in cash and coins because I don't trust banks. Now I'm a thrifty gentleman as well, so I seldom go out to eat. But my busy and engaging lifestyle puts me in positions where I need to eat outside and eat quickly. So one morning I'm late to a meeting and I go to the local fast food joint to grab some breakfast. I like to eat at Tim Hortons, so I pull up to Tim Hortons, and after making my order, I reach into my coin pouch to grab a toonie or a $2 coin. But after setting my eyes on the coin, I freeze, and I'm motionless because the toonie in my hands looks completely different from the way every other toonie that has passed from my hands into the registers of Tim Hortons has ever looked. A regular toonie, if you're not aware, features Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's head on the obverse side of the toonie and a polar bear on the reverse or the back half of the coin. However, the $2 coin in my hands has a polar bear on both sides of the coin. Now, out of all the toonies circulating throughout the country or even the world, I may have the only 1 out of 1 or 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 100 in all existence with this double-sided polar bear, making my double-sided polar bear toonie extremely rare. Now my toonie suddenly can't just be replaced by any other toonie or by any combination of smaller coins like 2 $1 loonies or 8 quarters. This means my toonie can't be replaced as easily by Tim Hortons or any other place where cash can be traded. My double-sided polar bear $2 coin is now considered non-fungible. There are many examples of items like this, such as real estate, collectible cards, music, and much, much more. An NFT, or non-fungible token, is a digital extension of that physical property that was previously exclusive to the domain of real-world assets. to now encompass the digital realm of the internet through blockchain technology. Now, what makes NFTs such a big deal is how they make your digital and physical assets one of a kind. This is through the combination of a unique signature that defines the ownership of the asset, as well as including the utility of tokenization. This enables a digital asset of any form to be easily bought and sold for fiat money, cryptocurrencies, and yes, other NFTs. Each NFT contains distinguishable information that ensures that even if the object is copied, it can be easily verified whether the object is a forged or authentic model. This information includes things such as who bought the NFT, any former sellers, the original creator, the date of creation, and more. A non-fungible token is a digital certificate of authenticity, which can be attached to any digital object or physical, and gives it a unique ID that is used to verify its authenticity, rarity, and origin, all by using distributed public ledger technology that a blockchain provides. It's a subtle innovation on an already pre-existing concept that can be utilized today in many different industries around the world. The most common example given by many orators is that of the struggling artist. The artist is passionate about their work and has managed to build up an impressive catalog of works. However, for any form of artist, fraud and theft is always a major concern, especially if you make music, games, paintings, photography, and more. By attaching non-fungible tokens to your works, they become secure from any form of forgery. Additionally, the artist has the option to also assign a particular value to their work or list it on a free market for the community to determine its value. This has the potential to increase both the exposure and the sales of the struggling artist's creations, while also providing additional sources of revenue by giving the artist the ability to build in royalties into the non-fungible token as well. That way, even if the NFT continues to get resold on each trade, the original artist still gets a profit. This has the potential to increase both the exposure and the sales of the struggling artist's creations, as now there is a larger global community that has the ability to both view as well as buy and sell the videos, photos, games, and creations that are created by the artist. Let's go deeper into our examples and into the world of the fashion-forward sneaker community. In this world, there is no community more vocal about fakes and frauds than the sneaker community. They have a strong culture against fakes and replicas of many popular and hard-to-find shoes such as Jordans, Balenciagas, Yeezys, and many other designer shoes that the community circulates amongst themselves. And this is for a good reason. Shoes that are popular and are of limited quantity often can fetch prices of hundreds to thousands of dollars over their retail value. These shoes also work as artifacts that are symbols of one's social status or social ability within the sneakerhead circle. Due to all these reasons, if someone were to create a replica or a forgery of one of these shoes, whether of low quality or high quality in terms of physical appearance, it would still be of significantly lesser value than the authentic version. But these replicas are often very hard to spot, which creates an opportunity for significant fraud to take place and for sellers to hawk fake shoes for exorbitant resale prices. A problem that is currently prevalent within the sneakerhead community, and especially when trying to buy shoes online, where a large majority of the shoe and sneaker reselling market is. This is a problem that can be solved at ground zero for both resellers who wish to speculate upon the price of current and upcoming shoes, as well as for buyers, whether on the free market or at the retail store, through the use of non-fungible tokens. What many don't see is that non-fungible tokens and blockchain technology is not meant to be an intrusive addition to the many systems and services which we use today. By simply attaching an NFT to a physical object, by the inclusion of the digital signature, either by etching it into the item or via a QR code, or by placing the signature on a receipt, the specific shoe is now easily verifiable for authenticity. It is also now an asset with reduced risk when buying and selling on free markets, whether in person or online. And it is now publicly identifiable for all of the distributed public ledgers or blockchain's existence, whether the receipt still remains in the owner's hands or not. Furthermore, this can be applied to existing systems on the user side or the retail store side through all of the information currently collected by retail stores, as well as their existing computer systems that retail shops use for providing service to their customers, like checkout, reward systems, purchase history, and more. Though blockchain technology, whether we're referring to NFTs or central bank digital currencies, or cryptocurrencies as a whole, are in a stage of infancy, this technology is inevitable, as it makes us individually, as well as how we function as a community, better, more efficient, and more profitable. The most significant innovations we see in our world often are not the ones that destroy and uproot our old systems and ways of doing things. They are more often than not the ones that complement and build upon our current systems, enabling the subtle evolution of our world to bring forth creations that would be objects of mysticism and fairy tale by our ancestry. It is a shame the lifespan of the average human is too short for the majority to appreciate the accumulated gifts of wisdom and knowledge. Or maybe it is the fleeting moment in which we inhabit our bodies as the reason for our haste and prudence in our many works. Through the great sciences and a willful spirit, humans have become masters of the elements and lord of the skies and seas. This technology represents man's leap from the material plane and world of elements and into the great ether, the new frontier that will give humans power over time and space, to be freed from the limitations that physical boundaries place on one's capacity, on one's earning potential, their social status, the culture in which they partake and are initiated into, the limitations on their imagination and mind space, as well as the ability for humans to collectively collaborate and interact in both our lesser and greater works. We are just at the beginning of a significant shift in the global consciousness that will bring blessings upon our posterity like the stars of heaven, though we may not be able to enjoy all of the fruits that this will bear forth in our lifetime. We can prepare ourselves every day to catapult both ourselves and our progeny onto new footholds and greater opportunity. Thank you for listening to the XRP podcast. Happy first day of spring. I am your host, Andrew, the XRP Maximalist. If you'd like to connect, you can find me on Twitter at XRP Podcast with 2 Ps. The 101 series is purely made out of passion. with no intention for profit and will never feature ad rolls. I hope it may serve all listeners, whether beginner or advanced, well, and that I may continue to disseminate positive change and the spirit of wisdom. As always, this is made with love for and by the XRP community. Thank you and take care.